jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out that more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
It's the weekend once again. WCS in the building. Alexander, what's good on deck? What up, WCS? What's good with Alexander? Big Blunts and Boxing on deck in the building. You already know the weekend is here. And definitely, I had to come over here and give you that Friday grease. The pot is hot. We got some topics, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be what it is when it comes from WCS, man. Got some real good topics. And we want to talk about Caleb Plant, Teofimo Lopez, Kid Austin. You know what I'm saying? And some other things is going on with Fight Week in general. You know what I'm saying? We had the weigh-ins with Artur Beterbiev and Anthony Yard, and everybody balanced the scales out, which was great. You know, the fight is official. The fight is absolutely official. NO on deck. What up with it? What's good? Big shout out to the supporters. Always got to keep you first on the front lines, you know what I'm saying? They're the most important individuals to tune in, interact with the damn live streams. You know what I'm saying? You in here, hit the like button, however you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Whether you come in with it or go out. Hit the like button, people. Keep the channel growing. 2023, we about to close out the first month of this calendar year and get closer to some big fights that's coming up. All right? So we pretty much, WCS, talked about the sterile identifiers the other night. And I just see a lot of it going on. That's why I've been waiting till some of these fights come up to really talk about boxing in general. So with this, let's start off with Kid Austin, right? Kid Austin, it's a lot of talk that's been going on with him. Shout out to him and his father. They've been making their rounds. They've been basically, his father has been out here highlighting his son. And, at 20 years old, man, I'm not going to lie. Kid Austin looks very good for the division. He looks very fit. He's not a small dude. He looks in shape. He looks the part right now. He looks the part. He's in a division where it's hot. They was just trying to talk about the four kings and all that. But dang, give a take. You got the Keyshawn Davis, Kid Austins, and Shakur Stevensons. And, we don't know if Ryan Garcia is going to be there. We got Gervonta Davis's, Devin Haney possibly moving up to 40. We have a lot of solid names up there. Lomachenko's going to be around. So right now, Kid Austin is undefeated, 12 victories, 0 defeats, 10 by way of knockout. All right. He has a total of 37 rounds as we speak, 12 bouts. He's making his way up the rankings. He's in there against a guy, Alberto Mercado. And this is a WBA international lightweight title. And it's a vacant WBA international lightweight title. This is good. I'm happy to see this man going in there and being able to fight for an international title to further prepare him or position him to get a shot with another big name next. 17-4, I heard some people talking about this fight. They was insinuating that Kid Austin's gonna go in there and run through this guy. And I'm waiting on the guy to hit me back, but I wanted to put some money on it. Just because he was making this bold prediction that Kid Austin's gonna run through this guy in 2 rounds. I don't think so. Like Mikado has been in there, and he went the distance with some cats. You know what I'm saying? He went the distance with some dudes. He don't seem like no punch drunk type of dude. At 34 years old, he won his last fight via second round knockout, but it was a guy, Juan Perez, who had a losing record of 9 victories, 10 losses. But before that, he lost a UD to a Shaqy Foster. Okay, somehow, some way, he took time off from the ring, and on December 2019, he came back in 2022. He just had a fight at the end of 2022, man. So, you're looking at him having an extensive layoff. You know what I'm saying? 2-year layoff. But before that, he went the distance with Chris Colbert, Sergio Garcia. He won a UD. Lamont Roach, he went and lost a UD with Lamont. I mean, he's been in there with some guys, man. More so to the point where he went the distance. I don't know what he's looking like stepping in there with a young warrior, a lion like Floyd Schofield, taking that hiatus, that 2-year hiatus off. How is he going to feel? But he's a Puerto Rican southpaw. He might be tougher than what people think. But this guy was in there saying he's going to get washed in 2 rounds. I'm not buying it. You know what I'm saying? It's no shade to Kid Austin. He's still on the proving grounds. Real talk. I just put him on the proving grounds, brother. It's nothing saying that you are not who they say you are. I'm just putting it out there like you're still growing, and we out here observing your every move because you do look the part. You know what I'm saying? You and your dad seem to be vibrant and have a very upbeat relationship with each other. It seems like it's respect there. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes family, that don't mean it's respect there. But it seems like it's respect between him and his pops when it comes to this boxing game. Seems like they're focused and they're listening to one another. You know what I'm saying? So let's see where this guy's at, because he's in the lightweight division, and it could get very, very interesting in upcoming months if Kid Austin goes in here and looks very, very good. I'm talking about superbly good. Now they're going to start talking about putting him in there with some other names as 135 that really haven't had the opportunity to shine. That's what I'm looking at. Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more on deck. Salute to the OG in the building, man. What's good with it, Bruce? What's good? But, just keep an eye on Kid Austin, man. You already know. He's going for a WBA international title. Salute to him and his pops. Continue to grow. And you already know. You already knows. Caleb Plant. I know y'all been watching the video that's been circulating of Caleb Plant. Being confronted by Team Benavidez. This video has made its rounds. And nobody was backing down, but they did throw hands. Now, how did that happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did something like that go down? It just goes to show you, like, what type of cats them Benavidez brothers are. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been trying to tell people for a while. Like, David Benavidez was actually in back now. Look, Jose Benavidez is the one you need to be worried about. This dude, listen, he's all about the smoke, man. I always ponder the thought of what he could have been if he wouldn't have got shot in the leg. Like, this dude is absolutely about the smoke in real life and in the ring. He's that dude, man. And a lot of people continue to think David is the older brother. But shit, Jose, the one that was freaking doing all the talking, that's who you got to be worried about. But anyway, him and David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, Caleb Sweet Hands, David Benavidez is finally stepping into the ring. The part I like most about this, the overdue stamp can be removed. This is long. I mean, I'm talking about this. You think back on and say, when Caleb Plant had the IBF title, they never fought. The expiration date, man, has been long past. This fight should have happened a ways back, but now it's finally here. And one thing about it, I always mention this, how Caleb Plant said that David Benavidez was the easiest in the division. You told me that, Caleb. And I hold you to your words, because when I was looking at it, when I looked at him in his eyes and I felt that he was serious, he said, with a little bit of biasness in there, with a little bit of anger, he said he's the easiest fighter in the division. Easy. So now it brings me to this, is why you asking for a bigger ring. Caleb Plant is requesting a larger ring size, man. And David has been on record as saying, oh, I see what they're trying to do. They want a larger ring size so that he can run. They call it running, but it's called, being mobile. You know what I'm saying? Versatile. There's nothing wrong with using foot movement, creating space. You know what I'm saying? Using every inch of the ring. That's part of the sweet science. If you want to box off the back foot, then do it. We seen Mikey Garcia box off the back foot for Sergey Lipinets. We seen Karen Chudikin, you know what I'm saying, bicycle and box off the back foot against Sharon Ennis. We've seen this several times before, where boxers would choose to box off the back foot. Even Tank did it with Isaac Cruz. It happens. I don't take none. I don't frown upon this. But all I'm saying is, Caleb Plant, you said that David Benavidez was the easiest fight in the division, but yet you requesting a larger ring size. I mean, if he's the easiest fight, I mean, you don't need it. The same ring size that freaking Anthony Durrell had, I mean, it should suffice, right? You said the man was the easiest in the division. Why request a larger ring size, brother? That's all I'm saying. Why? David said Jose is about that street shit. Yeah, man. Jose is look, I look at Jose and Roman Villa the same way. Like, I have family that who are Hispanic. I have family who are Hispanic, right? And me being a teenager going over to TJ, it taught me a lot. Because when I initially came in, when I had to go to MOS school, I used to go to TJ and watch fights when I was like 18 years old. And I learned a lot over there seeing those fights. Dude out the city, man, coming over here, I'm in Mexico. It was dangerous, man. I ain't gonna lie. They end up banning Marines from going over there. A lot of them wasn't city smart, wasn't street smart. But you learn a lot about the hustle. They try to hustle military men over there. You can find yourself in a position where you're getting beat up, robbed for your money, them trying to try to get you to bet money on fights that's already fixed, but you don't know that if they believe you don't. It was just a lot going on. But one thing about it, it was extremely grimy. Some of the fights was absolutely lopsided. I remember I used to see Americans over there fighting. It was a unique situation. I'm not gonna lie, it was a very, very unique situation going over to TJ, watching those boxing matches at that younger age. But what I do know from being in combat with some of these Latinos and serving with them, the ones I know that was in combat, you can tell the ones that were strictly for combat, and you can tell the ones that were strictly, according to where they was in Mexico, that they was about that street life, just like certain people can say that about anybody. But one thing I can understand about Jose Benavidez, he's not the one to be played with. Real. I think he would have been a bad dude if his leg wouldn't have been shot. You know what I'm saying? I think he would have been a bad dude. Seriously. I think he would have been a bad dude, just like Villa. You can tell Villa, the one who fought Rashidi Ellis, you can tell that dude, street life, he's about that shit. The way he chose to fight Rashidi was to impose his presence, to intimidate him. And he wasn't worried about anything else. He was going to take the shots or whatever. Dude like that on the street, bro. Hey, it's different. Anyway, Caleb Plant requesting a larger ring. To me, if you feel that he's the damn easier opponent, it shouldn't matter, brother. You've been champion already. You had knockouts on your record. You made it look quite easy against Jose Ukastagi. And you've had your moments where you basically put hands on guys and they dropped. Most recently, Anthony Durrell. You've proven that you have knockout power. If Benavidez is the guy you said, then I don't know why you request a different ring size. I just feel like you got to have confidence in your ability, or you take into consideration that Benavidez is going to walk you down. So you need airspace. I feel you on that. You feel that you need airspace. And that's why I tell some of these fighters you should hire a MMA coach to teach you how to fight on the inside and clinch and move in small places, pivot, turn your opponent. It's good, you know. It's a good class people should take up every now and then. Just knowing how to work in the clinch. You don't have to order no huge ring size. You know, get with James Toney. I don't know why a lot of fighters don't source James Toney. James Toney was amazing to watch boxing on the inside. Beautiful. The way he used to feel his opponent without even looking at him. He could feel, you know, when they was going to throw a punch and lose some of those shots on the inside. The way he shifted his body slightly to land his short punches. I mean, beautiful, man. Why these dudes don't source the vets, the OGs like that? I have no idea, bro. But requesting a larger ring size, you know, they should, you know, seek out some of the sources I just said. Learn how to clinch on the inside. June Cow, I don't know if you've seen my video when I was in American Top Team down here, but the legend himself, June Cow, mixed martial artist, BJJ, he's a legend, man. He was teaching some of the local fighters down here how to clinch. You know what I'm saying? How to clinch on the inside and box, how to move your opponent. And it's all legal. You know what I'm saying? Without putting a cross face to, you know, up or doing anything that's going to get you flagged or the referee's going to pay, you know, unneeded attention to you. He was just teaching them how to turn their opponent on the inside and land some punches. You know, a lot of guys feel that they don't need that training, but that's my suggestion. You know, you won't have to request ring sizes if you just knew how to move. And if it came down to you being close, you know what to do. But just think about it. Rashidi Ellis. We seen Rashidi Ellis use that same boxing off the back foot, tired his legs out. So therefore, you need to learn how to box on the inside. You need to learn how to control your opponent. Take the less punishment as possible when you in close. You won't have to run like that. You can conserve your energy a little bit. But he ran from the first round all the way damn near to the 10th. You know what I'm saying? When he started to break down the 11th round, he, you know, it was done, bro. You know, he was fatigued already. Can't run in the box. You can get the fuck out the way, though. Yeah, you can get out the way, but it's a difference between boxing off the back foot and being in retreat, in my opinion, Blunts. You know what I'm saying? If you're in retreat and you're just trying to avoid damage, it kind of takes away where you're trying to actually be a counter-active puncher. You're trying to set some shit up. You're trying to walk your opponent into some traps. You know, if you're just trying to flee, you're not going to have that mindset to catch your opponent. See, one thing about Korean Chunikin, he was on the back foot, but he was trying to walk Jerron Ennis in some traps. His mindset was to throw punches. So when somebody's following you around, following, they're chasing, they're in pursuit. You can use their momentum against them if you catch them with the right shot, just like Rolly Romero and Gervonta Davis. Rolly Romero started to build up his confidence barometer. Once that barometer was up there, he felt warmed up. He had in the 6th round, he said, you know what? I touched him already. I feel like I continue to touch him. So I'm just going to try to get in there when I think he's park benching up against the ropes and land a combination again. Because his whole mindset was he could knock this man out in 1 round, and he was a much stronger fighter. So what happened? He went in there throwing those combinations. In the process, a forward movement, and Gervonta caught him with a left. Same thing what Chudik was trying to do. He was trying to run Jaron Ennis into a shot. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to run him into a shot. It happens. I'm very happy to see this fight. But like I always say, if you learn how to box on the inside, you learn how to clinch you learn the clinch game, because the clinch game is different in boxing comparable to MMA. Of course, they have different size gloves, but that doesn't mean you can't reach out and touch your opponent and turn them legally. You know what I'm saying? Without doing any cross facing or, you know, like Rolly Romero used to like to do. He liked to present to people his experience of fighting in the doghouse rules. You'll see him put his elbow or forearm up on somebody to create space. But, you know, getting somebody to train you who's a mixed martial artist to be able to shift sides, shift stances on the inside in the clinch and still be able to throw punches. You know what I'm saying? Still be able to attack your opponent. That's crucial shit right there. So let's see how that goes down, man. I just always remember you say he was the easiest, but yet you're requesting a larger ring, brother. Why? You know what I'm saying? Why, dog? Why request it? Just do what you do. Flight Sports TV on deck, man. Salute to you. Blunt said you can get F'd out the way, though. You can get the F out the way. Yeah, you can. Of course you can get the F out the way, but if you run in boxing, is your fans going to want to come back and see you? Like, if you're on the back foot, you're in retreat, and you're not really throwing any punches, just like I always tell people about Pernell Whitaker. Pernell Whitaker, and some of his exchanges where he was able to be a magician, you know what I'm saying, the magic man. He was able to be Casper. He was defensively avoiding all these shots. But sometimes he'd just stop after he avoided like 7 to 8 shots or whatever. He'd just start dancing. He really wouldn't give you any offense in return, though. If you're going to use up all that energy, you know, on the back foot, being defensively minded, at least give them some offense in return. Just don't, oh, okay, I avoided that, boom, boom. Just pop them. You know, that's the beautiful dynamic with Jihad Tucker. Jihad Tucker can be on the back foot, hit you with a combination, get you to react, pop you, slip your punch, and then pop you again or reset. I mean, either way it goes, he's letting you know, I just didn't do this freely. What I just did wasn't free. I gave you some damn change in between that. You know what I'm saying? Hit you with the left, slip your left, hit you with the left, right, left, reset, you know, how you come towards me, pop you, because now they get aggressive. In boxing, every punch don't have to be hard. But if you popping somebody in the face and then you're trying to return and they're not there, you get frustrated. So now the chase begins. You know what I'm saying? The chase begins. You're up there trying to then, you know, walk them down. And you're running into shit. You want to walk them down. You end up pop. You say, oh shit, that's embarrassing. Then, you know, you try to cut off the ring, chasing them and shit, and then get hit with something else. You know, boxing is a beautiful sport. You know what I'm saying? The sweet science is what it is. Shout out to Stickum Boys Fishing and Sports. Salute to you. Salute WCS, salute. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Jake Donovan said Caleb Plant has asked for a few A-side petty type demands. Now I would assume that shout out to Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, Mr. Sucker Free on deck with it. What's good, Gumbo? Shout out to you, brother. Happy weekend to everybody that's in the building, man. Listen, this is the only thing I can say. Both of these guys been champions, right? One of the fighters lost his belt on the scales. He got a little bored during the pandemic, wanted to do a little powder, right? Caleb Plant, he's went through his adversities in life. I get it. But right here, right now, this should be such an easy fight. It shouldn't be any petty demands. I understand y'all have animosity between each other, and it's going to get wicked. Like I told y'all, Jose Benavidez will be in the building if they don't prohibit him. I mean, he's going to be in the building. He ain't playing. Just like he tried to swing on Bud Crawford. Hey, Jose about that life, bro. This is no love lost type of fight. Why ask for petty shit? You know what I'm saying? If you the A side, you the A side, God damn it. You know, you don't have to ask for all that petty shit, bro. Just fight. If you say he the easiest in the 168-pound division, your mindset should be different. You should be able to go in there with the confidence and say, I can get this shit done, man. I can make him look crazy. I ain't worried about that. Just like they doubted me with Jose Uzcategui. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show them with David Benavidez. I know the Mexican monster is different. I'm just talking in general. I'm just generalizing it. David's about to beat the shit out of Caleb. Man, damn. It's the weekend. Y'all don't have no chill, dog. None. Gumbo say at WCS, I'm going to need your cash up again, bro. I'm tired of giving YouTube my support, bro. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. That goes for anybody else that want to. You know, that go to Cash App if y'all choose to donate. Appreciate that, Gumbo. OG Gumbo, hope you safe and doing okay. No doubt, always. You know what I'm saying? Gumbo had the wheels to the ground. Shout across the pond. Toby Barlett in the building. Salute WCS in the chat. On deck. You already know. Toby. You already know what it is, bro. What it do, Gumbo? I'm on this road too, bro. Stay safe. Yeah, shout out to both of y'all, man. That ain't no easy. That's not something that you can play around with. That takes a very disciplined individual to stay on the course like that and stay awake. Shit. And be on time, goddamn it. Hey, business time, not black people time. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm leaving Port Allen, headed back to Houston. But yeah, let's get to Teofimo Lopez, man. This is a fighter who, a lot of people look at him like his loss to Kambosos, that was the end of the world. And please, I try to make it simple as possible with the Lopez's. He's gonna be in the starlight, regardless of what you think. Somehow, some way, they understand it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Him and his pops understand something. Dealing with the stratosphere, the stars. You know what I'm saying? They deal with the outer world. They are in a space higher than what us mortals are dealing with down here. The reason why I'm not being funny. I'm just saying, like, they know how to manipulate the minds of mere human beings. And people would take this for granted all they want. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to what I'm saying. But when his dad was back there talking, he was talking extremely boisterous, right? Very vocal on his son becoming world champion at 15. You heard the story before. He stuck to it and it happened. He became champion and he beat Lomachenko. He said Lomachenko was scared. How did Lomachenko fight the first half of the fight? Scared. A lot of people get mad at Lopez Sr., bro, for speaking, but they forget he's his father. If your father's not there to support you, why is he on the fucking team, shawty? If he's not there to support you, hand in hand, that goes for any father-son and dynamic and combo. That's family. That's blood. That's the man that had a participation in birthing you, bring you in life. Why shouldn't you be a ride or die? Why shouldn't you be on the front lines to defend in whatever situation you're talking about? This is my thing with T.O. He lost his belts, but that's behind. That didn't stop his career. The man is sponsored by Bud Light, bro. Are y'all not understanding what these sponsorships mean? Are y'all not understanding the boxers who are getting these sponsorships? So he gets a sponsorship from Bud Light, Essential War, and there's no telling what other. Like his last fight with Sandor Martin. People can say what they want. I'm not here to say, oh, okay, he garbage, he a bum, all that shit. Sandor Martin really won the fight. Listen, the sport is a fucking business. Within that business, every fighter has a avenue. Every fighter has a lane. Every fighter has a different schedule. It depends on who's moving them. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how fast you can go and where you're going with that speed. T.O. rise to fame in that amount of fights. Come on, not many fighters can do that shit. And you always have to know this. Boxing is a mono sport, y'all. You can't say anybody fought for T.O. T.O. had to get in there and fight Masayoshi Nakatani. He had to fight that dude. He had to fight him. So people continue to doubt him because he lost to Kambosos. And somehow, some way, the Devin Haney steam still left an acerbic taste in their mouth. And this is why I say that. These boxing fans need to let 135 go when it comes to T.O. Let it go. The man has 2 fights at the 140-pound division already. His last fight, yeah, it was a less than impressive from the former unified undisputed champion lightweight. Of course, we can say that shit. It was less than impressive. But it's boxing at the end of the day. Fighters sometimes have fights that's not going to be to the enjoyment of the onlookers. It's not going to be that way. But what you have to understand is he's still surviving. Is he still growing? Yeah, he's still growing in the sport. He's growing so much in the sport with his sponsorships and everything. This man came out in the Sandor Martin fight to many men. To many men. One of 50 Cent classic, bro. I'm just telling you, y'all can continue to overlook, underestimate what they have going on over there. But they're locked in. They seriously locked in, brother. And I don't know how many times I've tried to explain to dudes, right? They were saying, did you hear him, man? You don't know shit about that, this, that, and the other. The man stood there and asked, do he still have it? I said, listen, I was around him when he was in front of the cameras. I was around him when he wasn't in front of the cameras at one point with his whole entire team. It's a lot that you can learn by spending with his family and his team for that amount of time. The man know how to play on the emotions of the fans. He know how to play. If he wants to take a bad situation and bring even more attention to it, that's what you got at the post fight. That's what you got. He knew the performance wasn't that good, but what he's going to do, he's going to bring more attention to himself to say, do I still got it? Yo, do I still got it? Man, I don't know if I still got it. He played them like a fiddle, bro. He ain't fucking questioning is he still got it. How does Sandor Martin believe he's going to get a win over Teofimo Lopez by running the entire fight and trying to depend on a check right hook and sticking his leg out there to trip him because T.O. was in pursuit? T.O. had to pursue him. Didn't cut off the ring effectively. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted to put his leg out there and continue to try to hit him with the right hook and trip him when he was on his way in. You're not going to win a fight like that, brother. You didn't fight Mikey Garcia like that. You was willing to engage with Mikey Garcia. So a lot of people never say, look, a lot of people at that point in time will say, well, Mikey Garcia is a tough opponent than Teofimo Lopez. But it seems like you gave Teofimo Lopez more respect than you gave Mikey Garcia. Make it make sense to me why you would do that. Because nobody will tell you, well, you know, Teofimo Lopez better than Mikey Garcia, hands down, point blank, period. Even with one division and Mikey's 4, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we think. No, nobody's going to tell you that. But Martin fought Mikey Garcia with much more aggression than he did T.O. Sweet Signs is a beast, ain't it? The Sweet Sign is a motherfucking beast, bro. W says, I got you locked in, bro. I appreciate you, Gumbo, no doubt. Bet I live in H-Town, but this is my everyday run. I drive for the Brown outfit. I cut T.O. some slack losing to Kambosos. He cut a lot of weight, had all the Triller BS, and was able to see his first. All right, good point, Toby. Let me expound on that, right? I respected T.O. by going in there and not being 100%. I respected T.O. knowing that they came to see him fight, knowing that every time you in the work and you clock in, you may not feel 100%. You may not feel your best, especially in the combat sports. It may be anything and everything that you experienced leading up to that fight, and you may not be at 100%. But T.O. still went in there and fought. Not only that, let's be honest with ourselves. This man came out the box. Bonsai. He went life or death trying to go in there and finish Kambosos early and got caught with a shot. Not only that, people, he kept fighting the entire fight. He got touched up. He went through a war. He was in a battle. He was leaking. He was wearing that crimson mask, but he went in there and fought and still was able to knock Kambosos down later on in the fight. And you trying to tell me that ain't hard? And these cats still up here talking about T.O. ain't shit and he overrated? Bro, you have no idea what they got going on over there. I mean, look, the dude has been on record as saying he had personal problems. You know what I'm saying? People all they want to do is talk about his wife and him not being. I've been around them. I'm one of the only dang content creators that has personal pictures with him and his wife in New York. I was up there following them and doing media on T.O. I got personal pictures of him and his wife. Now look, these are the same people that have personal problems going on in their life. We all do. Me, you. The man has been on record saying he had personal problems, man. Shit was going on. The way his family treated me, the way his mother treated me, the way Lopez Sr. treated me, it's very difficult for me to turn my back. I did correct him when he said, you know, hey, Deontay Wilder, stop being a bitch or stop acting like a bitch or something like that. You know what I'm saying? If you say that to a fighter, then you have to stand a different type of ground when you in a situation of adversity. Hey, guess what? People are going to say, hey, stop being a bitch. But it's hard for me to go against Teofimo Lopez, man. I like the guy. I know he understands the rule book on how to play his fans, whether he gets them to tune in to him in the good times or the bad times. That's what he does, bro. He's smart. They're smart. How can a boxer from Honduras, right? Which, you know, they don't have too many great athletes from Honduras. They don't. But this man was the first boxer to sign a Bud Light? For real? How did that happen? How did you get sponsored with Essential? What team you with? Are y'all not seeing the playbook? I told you all a while ago about T.O., man. People want to continue to put him with Devin Haney because he didn't fight Devin Haney. He fought Kambosos and ended up losing. Bro, y'all got to let that shit go. Y'all have to let that shit go, man. If Devin Haney and T.O. fights at 140, cool. If Ryan Garcia fights that, whoever, cool. It is what it is. But let's talk about what recently hit the surface about Teo and Regis. Let me ask y'all, who's a bigger star? Two-time champion, Regis Prograis, or Teofimo Lopez, formerly undisputed lightweight? Who do you consider bigger star in the sport of boxing? Who do you consider? Please let me know. Okay? Just put the first name in the chat. Who you believe is the biggest star? I would appreciate it. Please let me know. That's real talk. It's not a trick question. Please let me know. Please let me know. Who do you think is the biggest star between Teofimo Lopez and Regis Prograis? Be more 2BK on deck. He says styles make fights. Absolutely. Absolutely. Agree. Okay. I said, who was the biggest star? Blunts, appreciate your comment. Toby, appreciate your comment. So Toby said T.O. Big Blunt said T.O. B More said T.O. Now, if you pay attention to the box recs and all that when it comes to Regis Prograis being in the WBSS fighting Josh Disputed, he didn't fight Josh Taylor for undisputed titles like T.O. Momento. He did fight, and Josh Taylor was able to unify off that, right? So my question was, who's the biggest star? And I agree, Teofimo Lopez is the biggest star out of Regis Prograis. So with that said, Regis Prograis is sitting at 28 victories and 1 defeat, 24 knockouts. It's an impressive record, but he's the much older fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's 34 years old, southpaw. He understands that he's had a birthday coming up this year. But yet he's the biggest star with the guy who doesn't even have 20 professional fights yet. Teofimo Lopez, why is he a bigger star than Regis Prograis, who has much more experience and he's a multi-time champion now? The only person that he's lost to is the former undisputed super lightweight champion in Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Regis is anywhere close to the proximity of being a bum. But Teofimo Lopez, people are going to say, check this out. He is the star. Why are they saying that there's no money in this fight? Why are we in the hocus pocus again? Why are we going back into the arena to see a magic show in all these fights when it comes to boxing? And it's going to be point blank, period. It's always going to be because it's not regulated. And the branches that these people are able to eat from doesn't mean that someone on the other side is visually able to see who's eating off the sport of boxing. Who's getting nourishment off the sport of boxing? It's just too many limbs out there, too many branches that's producing life to different areas for it to be any control point. There's no control in this shit, bro. So when it comes down to the money, we have to narrow it down to only several premier promotions in boxing each and every time. Now we get the big names that's Regis with Probellum, right? So it's something with Probellum. It's gonna be something with Top Rank. It's gonna be something with PBC. They saying it's not enough money in this fight, bro. But Regis is the champion. Teo don't have a belt yet at 140. But all of a sudden, it's no money in a Regis fight. I swear to God, y'all. I'm tired of hearing this bullshit. I've been exhausted for quite some time, man. You know what I'm saying? Every time a fight come up, like we're talking about now 140, you're fighting. And I don't know why Regis is talking about Adrian Broner so fucking much. Teofimo Lopez is a big fucking name. He was undisputed at the former division. He's up there where you at. And people are running with the narrative. It ain't no money in that fight. There's no money in that fight. And one thing I know for certain is Adrian Broner can still move a room without a title. Everything he did when he was on top, man, people love to see this dude. Somehow, some way, he's infectious when it comes to people tuning in. I've seen it with my own. I seen Adrian Broner on deck fight week, and he ain't fighting, and people want to talk to him, take a picture, all that shit. So in one breath, we're looking at fighters who are popular, but yet in the next breath, we're looking at fighters who are unpopular, but yet they may have championships. And then in the middle, you getting people to speaking on like, oh, there's no money in this fight. But they two big names in boxing. There's no money. What do you mean? We're about to see Cool Boy Steph fight Naoya Inoue in Japan, across the waters. Shout out to the Japanese. Konnichiwa, genki desu ka, ohayo gozaimasu. We're about to see him go across, man, and fight this three-weight champion, formerly undisputed at bantamweight. How can we make that fight though? Who's paying for that? What EBT card are they using? Is that welfare and food stamps for whoever? Or did we get donations? Did we find a hedge fund? How's that fight made? But yet Regis and Teofimo Lopez, they're saying it's no money in this fight. Man, a lot of times I just say to myself, man, fuck you, boxing. I swear to God, fuck you. Because every time I want to get, the pulse up and become upbeat a little bit, feel good about the sport, so names pop up in the same topic, they come up there and say some shit like, oh, there's no money in it. What? So what's the remedy? What can the resolution be for us as boxing bystanders not to be ran over with a big rig of disappointment? You know what I'm saying? How do we survive, goddammit, as bystanders, onlookers, hitchhikers in this sport of disappointment? How can it not be a simple fight? Like, this is not a mega fight. This is just a fighter with two names, champions, multi-time champions. And they saying there's no freaking money in the fight. So who are you supposed to fight at 140 then, if it's not Regis? Regis been one of the longest reigning names up there 140 for a minute. Who do you fight? Who are you fighting? You got Subriel Matias. He's about to fight for the IBF super title, right? He's very good. He's very good. But don't a lot of people know Matias, but he's fighting for a title. So I guess we have individuals downplaying Regis just to keep people full aware on what your object of desire is, and that's Josh Taylor. Hey, if Josh Taylor, look, let's pay attention to the playbook. I don't know why the fuck he keep on trying to go back to Jack Catterall and prove a point and all this other shit. But if I was freaking Josh Taylor, I would definitely be focused on either Terrence Crawford or freaking Teofimo Lopez. Not Jack Callerell, for real. Callerell. I don't know what's up with that. But who else is at 140? You know, Ryan Garcia, he was on his way up to 140, but he has the Tank Davis situation he has to deal with. Who else is at 140? So let's go and take a gander at 140, y'all. And if you're in the building, hit the like button. I appreciate you. That's bound to have hella affection. Anyone young, in my opinion. You think T.O. should have a tune-up or fight Regis? So Blunts. Just because he had a mediocre performance with Sandor Martin, he need a tune-up. You either got it or you don't. And at this point, T.O. has been on record several times proving to us that he has it. T.O. has the goods. He is the goods, man. How look, he's young still. He's very young. He went in there and proved it in 3 fights. Nakatani, Comey, and Lomachenko. He proved it. He didn't get it done with Cambozo. Moved up to 140, had a fight. Just went in there with his second fight, who's in there and had a victory over Mikey Garcia, handing him his second loss. He don't need no tune-up. He don't need a tune-up because Regis Prograis was in there with Ivan Redcatch. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Team Redcatch, man. Let me tell you shit, dog. Hey, Redcatch team hit me up on IG, dog. I respect it. Okay. I respect them enough. Okay. Because they hit me up and said, Redcatch didn't quit. I invited them on the panel now. They say, yeah, like you say every time when you mention his name. And look, Team Redcatch, if you're listening, I felt Redcatch quit. And I'll stick to that until you all prove me wrong. Period. I'm sticking to it. When you came in my hometown, I felt he quit against Regis. There's no knock on you, and I'm not going to put too much effort into it. I just felt he quit. I looked at the replay over and over again, and I was looking through it through a long lens camera. I was looking at the fight through a long lens. I was long range, zoomed into the ring. I just felt he quit. But they did hit me up on a DM, though. They say, Redcatch did not quit like you say you do. And every time you mention his name. Man, shout out to Team Redcatch, man. It's nothing personal. But I do own up to what I said. Regis is also well known in the UK with the boxing fan because of the Taylor fight. But T.O. is known globally, in my opinion. I'm telling you, man, I was trying to tell T.O. back in the day when he was at lightweight and they was going back and forth about this. Man, it's just amazing all the history that you have if you're able to follow the rhetoric, the agitprop. You know what I'm saying? You can follow the roads travel when a fighter's in the division and it's a little bit lit. It's a little bit, that little candle is burning. But motherfuckers try to walk past with a goddamn cup of gasoline and shit. When they had the damn Devin Haney T.O. situation going on. And it just went back and forth. And T.O. didn't feel that Devin Haney was a big enough name for him to do anything with for Undisputed. You know what I'm saying? And look, if you think about the deal that the Haneys took for Australia, I mean, who's to say Team Lopez wasn't thinking the same thing? But he went with the mandatory and he lost. But it was just so much vitriol that was being reported on him back in the lightweight division. But yet, only thing they did was get his name up there even more because people actually believed that they was going to stop T.O.'s progress by putting out all these lies and defaming him and saying he was ducking. That shit means nothing. This dude is sponsored by Bud Light, bro. You didn't stop nothing. I don't know how many times I've seen that meeting. I was the one standing right there behind him right there when they had that meeting in Vegas. I was right there. I was over there with T.O. prior to him walking over there to Devin Haney. When Devin Haney was coming in from the far front at 12 o'clock, T.O. started to walk. People try to make it seem like it was something crazy said. Nah, they was just chopping it up, man. Regis mentioned AB so much could be that Bob doesn't want to deal with Probellum, but BLK Prime could do and have the money too. I agree with you on that. Solid point. Because people are not touching. They are not coming close to touching Probellum. You know what I'm saying? That they don't want to touch it. But yet, listen, Toby. Isn't Josh Taylor attached to MTK and all that? Isn't Josh Taylor attached to them back in the day? People ain't trying to shy away from freaking Josh Taylor. Just because Regis is signed to Probellum, they ain't trying to stay away from Josh Taylor, goddammit. People trying to make freaking fights with Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Max on deck. ATL to the world. I see AB versus Williams Jr. Ticket go on sale today. No doubt. Thanks for putting that out there, man. Y'all make sure if you choosing to view this, man. Tickets go on sale. BLK Prime. You already know. AB and Michael Williams Jr. is the main event. I'm just asking because that was the question on TBV today. LO tune up or straight to a big name. Why would Teofimo Lopez need a tune-up is my question. Why do we abuse tune-up so much? It's just becoming a phrase that people use. I'm like, damn, fighters fight once or twice a year this time. Like, why would he need a tune-up before any of that? He's ready. Teal's ready, man. People are just going off his last fight with Martin. Man, bro, I'm looking forward to his next fight because he's not going to look like he did when he was in there with Sandor Martin, man. He's not going to look that way. He was playing the audience, man. Do I still got it? Dude, get closer, man. Let me know, man. Let me know. From what you've seen, do I still got it? What, Dad, should we continue, Dad? I know this was our dream, but maybe are we at the end of the road? Talk to me, Dad. Talk. Man, come on, bro. Teal's very good with playing on people's emotions. I lower my expectations. That's how I avoid disappointment. Something I learned a while ago there, Andrew, and you make a very solid point, is that there's no expectations, no disappointment. If you go into something with very little to no expectation, you don't get disappointed enough. As with the boxing game is, well, I always mention the hocus pocus. I truly believe that shit like real life heartbeats. You know what I'm saying? Boxing has always been a magic show. And those who are controlling the strings, I think they're very desensitized to the audience. They're very desensitized to what we actually think. See, we're the consumers in all of this. But their mentality is you're going to buy it whether you like it or not. If you have any interest, just an ounce of interest in some of these fights we putting on, and it's pay-per-view, we're going to keep on shoving it down your throat. We don't care if we have shit going viral out here on social media. We don't care. We're going to put it out there, period. And you're going to have no other reason except to be on the outside with a fire stick, or you're going to purchase the fight. Not everybody in the world have fire sticks, and not everybody in the world knows how to crack stream a fight. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody knows how to do that shit. But the expectation of boxing, brother, I mean, it's a big rig of disappointment, man. Make sure you keep your distance. This sport will run you the fuck over. Just think of all the stress, the hours and time that you put in. But check this out. This is only for the content creators. Now, for the hardcore boxing fans, they go through a level of stress too, because they up there thinking, man, I have these names up here. I want to see these fight. It's no reason why they shouldn't. I'm looking at it in the ranking system. I'm looking at the schedule. I'm looking at their resume. I'm looking at all this. And, just when they, things start to clear up a little bit, it becomes lucid. You say, okay, now for sure. Just like we did with Crawford Spence. Crawford's finished with Avanesian. He's set. Open table. Spence can revisit negotiation right here, right now. Nothing. It becomes tiresome in a different way. But good point there, Andrew. Good point. Toby said, how come there was enough money in Regis versus Ramirez, but not enough for Regis versus Teo? I'm sure Teo is better than Ramirez, in my opinion. I was going to, I wondered that too. When I was thinking about that, I say, well, how in the hell Ramirez can jump the line, first of all? Are they giving him a unification, credential, a former unified champion credential, so he can jump the line and go right in and rover as he chooses? You know what I'm saying? Because, at one point in time, Regis had to go online and say, how am I not in title contention? How can it be Jose Ramirez? How? And I've been trying to get a big shot, and I'm still, only one loss into the game. You know what I'm saying? From a guy who went on to be undisputed. How can I be behind Jose Ramirez? You lost your freaking titles. Unless it was going to be Regis Prograis and Jose Ramirez, who end up saying, nah, I got other things I need to deal with, or whatever he had popping. He went in there against Cepeda. And he picked up the strap. Kudos to him. But guess what? Regis has the strap right now. But what's next? Is it going to be like was mentioned earlier about some people not wanting to touch Regis? Will you be able to make some money? So I'm pretty sure Regis still waiting for that heavy bag. Who's going to be the name to give you that? You need a name like Teofimo Lopez. But if Bob Arum refusing to touch any of that shit because he don't want any affiliation, any attachment, it's going to be fucked up. They're going to continue to put those little, hey, T.O., put it out there. There's no money. We ain't fucking with Regis. He's affiliated, with Probellum and everything. We ain't fucking with him. Okay. Say less. I got you. Andrew say it's pretty obvious in the current era that none of the young hotshots are going to fight each other in anything resembling a timely manner. We look at it, and every now and then you hear the little the murmur that the promoter is supposed to work for the fighter and the manager and all that. That's not even remote. That's so clandestine. That shit is done. Over. Put it to fucking bed. Put it so far back in a cave. The fighter is at the mercy of the promoter, especially. And, for them to make the decisions, some fighters can make the decisions if you're on that pedestal and you put in the work and you got to connect, and a lot of them can't. I would say 97% cannot sit up here and dictate who they're fighting. It just doesn't work that way, man. So that's why we get disappointed when the promoters are behind the scenes telling these fighters, hey, we're going to give you so-and-so. How you like that fight? That's not who I want to fight. Why I can't fight so-and-so? It's going to be big. There's no money in that fight. Well, when are we going to be able to get the money? I don't know. But you know what? Really, you're asking too many questions. Okay. My tolerance level is very, very thin right now. I have thousands of other fights I have to worry about. Okay. We will hit you up on the phone and let you know when we're going to make this official. And all we ask you to do is share the flyer on social media, put it on your story and everything else. Okay. All right. Don't question me. All this shit is no money. Crawford Spence, no money. Now Regis Taylor, which a lot of people like to say, no money. So now they want to keep on hyping. Regis want to keep on hyping up Adrian Broner because he's with BLK Prime. Of course, that fight can happen. Of course, he's with BLK Prime, shawty. Ramirez's manager has been on Twitter talking about Regis and that damn split for over a week now. It's getting annoying. He was going back and forth with Dan Raphael. Man, you know, after going through the Crawford and Spence split drama, that whole entire saga that played out, I could give a damn what they arguing about on Twitter. I can give a damn what they screaming and yelling. It's boxing. I understand the fighter want to get paid, but we just went through a split situation that just didn't make any sense, man. But like I said, man, y'all make sure y'all pay attention that's going on with Teofimo Lopez, because he is a big name in the sport of boxing, and he's only going to continue to grow. Believe that. Watch what I tell you. He's going to continue to grow. And I respect the fighters who are moving strategically in their career. I respect that. People can criticize these fights like Teo, but he earned so much early in his career. So now everything else is a plus and just compiling and building and adding to his legacy. I respect those guys who's moving strategically. Shakur Stevenson, already a two-weight champion. The guy's still young. You know what I'm saying? He's moving up the ladder, already put away 2 divisions. There's still a big rumor going around that Probellum is connected. Yeah, that rumor is not going anywhere fast. I mean, it's not going anywhere fast, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's not going anywhere fast. That rumor is going to settle out there like an egg yolk. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to sit and sit. You know, the surface is going to increase its temperature and everything. It's just going to harden up, but you're always going to see it right there. That's going to be a stain, dog. You know what I'm saying? That information that you just mentioned is not going anywhere soon. D Young on deck, man. Smash the like. Appreciate you in the building. That green belt is damn near cursed. No, the belt isn't cursed. It's just the president who continue to put out, you know, anything and everything. He's showing he's a much larger face in boxing than people give him credit for. He is. He has influence in boxing. If Mauricio want to now implement some new shit, you know, impromptu right away, he can do it. If he want to create a different belt to make somebody a champion, I swear to God, he'll do it. Franchise. You know what I'm saying? He'll do this shit. Nobody's going to ever convince me that the franchise belt wasn't politically influenced. Strictly for Canelo right off the rip. And then another political move was freaking Lomachenko's situation to make sure him and Teo got the big fight. Amazing how things work, y'all. Amazing how those things work. Boxing is the hocus pocus of combat sports. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is the hocus pocus, point blank, period. The magic will never stop. So all I'm suggesting to you all, right, when you hear me say that on WCS, just pay attention, bro. Don't get too close to magic. Because you think the closer you get, the better you're going to understand how the trick is being played, how the magic is there. You're not. What you're going to do is fuck yourself up. You're going to find out, God damn, man, I'm fucked up, man. They're going to brain fucking you, dog. They're going to be mind fucking the shit out of you, getting too close to that magic. It's almost going to be ayahuasca without the psychedelics. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be brainwashing that we're dealing with. Think about the brainwashing that goes on the YTC where people up here talking about old situations, fantasy situations, over and over and over and over, reciprocated, remediated, recycled over and over again, bro, only in boxing. You don't get this type of damn media in MMA. They're not talking about, oh, well, we're looking at this fight. We just seen Jamal Hill defeat Glover Teixeira, a legend. He got his opportunity, bro. You're not going to tell me people know who Jamal Hill is. But that's just the rotation. And he came up and he was able to get his title shot for the freaking vacant title. Because the other champion had to vacate the title due to injury, I believe. He had to have an operation, so they said, hey, we're stripping you of the title. We're not putting you in no bogus-ass recess. We're not putting you in bogus-ass recess when you don't even have, you don't even fall within the policies of recess. Then the ones who are placed on whatever vacation, it's not even recess, it's vacation. That Yoda Murata shit at middleweight, the middleweight division was so fucked up and nobody wasn't paying attention. Yoda Murata just was out there chilling with a fucking belt, y'all. He was just out there chilling with a belt. And then, hey, how you doing, guy? We just stopped in to let you know that we got some information you might like. Do you want to fight Triple G? Man, you have a nice place out here, a lot of land. It's good to see you again. But yeah, I just came out here to see if you wanted to fight Triple G for the unification. Have you even been training? Look like you put on some nice little winter weight there. Look like you're nice and warm inside. Been eating a lot of Stromboli. Just let us know. Give us a call. You know, send the carrier pigeon in if you need to. He still knows the route, right? Okay. Let us know if you want to fight Triple G, man. Enjoy your vacation. Man, it seems so peaceful out here. That was Yoda Murata, goddammit. Murata was just out of the sport chilling like. Remember Manny Pacquiao? Manny Pacquiao and the Filipinos just like, people used to ask him, so Manny, you know, when you fight more, date, you fight more again, date, when? You've been out like 5 years. When you, no problem, I'm on recess. They put me on recess? For what? You know, injury. You don't fit guidelines of recess. You don't have injury. So one person that we know for fact, people that was on Champions Recess was Devin Haney. Devin Haney actually had a shoulder injury. You feel me? All these other cats that was out there just chilling forever and a day. That shit was crazy, man. That shit is wild. You can't lean in to a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't lean into a lot of this shit that's going on with boxing. People are saying like, okay, we getting Benavidez and Caleb that we want. Wasn't nobody really calling for the Caleb Plant Benavidez fight. You have to understand, Caleb Plant wanted to be the last man that Canelo fight to get the heaviest bag, I believe. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be the last stands so he can get paid for the IBF title, which he did. Then he came back and fought Anthony Durrell. Now he's fighting Benavidez only because the other name dropped out. I think Demetrius Andrade was going to be in that slot. That dropped out. So now he's fighting Benavidez because it makes sense. But all these pay-per-views is coming up. Is it going to be the fight that we want? Did we actually want Keith Thurman and Spence? Fuck no. Why they couldn't put Keith Thurman in there with Blair the Flair? Why he couldn't be in there with Blair the Flair or something? At least it would have been two fighters who could talk enough shit to get people, you know, to posture up a little bit and say, "Damn, I'm motivated again. I'm good. I'm salivating for this shit." I mean, they sent Keith Thurman in there with Mario Barrios. Don't play now. They sent this man in there with a former 140-pound champion. A WBA regular title holders. They put Keith Thurman in. Why not put him in El Blair Flair? He's a true 147 pounder, and he would have been talking mad shit to Keith Thurman. And then why not revisit Crawford Spence and make that shit happen? It's fucking bullshit, dog. Remember, I told y'all, don't stay too close. Don't stay too close to that shit, bro. You will get your ass disappointed. So let me go back to the 140-pound division. I just wanted to check something out. Boy. So let's go down to the 140-pound division, right? And so with Teofimo Lopez being the number one WBC, they put him over there for a reason. And you know, when they put him over there, Regis was already with Probellum. Let's get that understood too. So why massage the ranking systems and put him over there the way you did, and all of a sudden it's no money in the fight? It's bullshit. That's the hocus pocus doo-doo that I'm talking about. That's the doo-doo I'm talking about. They try to goddamn set you up with the goddamn decor, give you the best, finest damn dinnerware you ever seen, silverware, all that shit. And they come up there with some nicely prepared doo-doo. For real. It ain't that many people on here, man, that'll so-called be a money fight at all. It ain't too many people on there. Jose Cepeda, no. Sergey Lipin, no, we ain't trying to see that, but people tune in. Arnold Barbosa's been talking, back and forth, running his mouth. So Subriel Matias and Jeremiah Ponce about to fight for the IBF. It's very little names. I'm not gonna lie, it's very little names on here for people to get hyped up about. Not even Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee is not going to pique the interest of anybody. We got Gary Antoine Russell, but does he have a big enough name? At one point in time, I thought he was going to be the one that was fighting for the WBA title. I'm curious to know when he's going to get his shot in return, because at one point in time, word was out that he was going to fight for the WBA super lightweight championship, but it didn't happen. They pulled him. Richard Comey is still, man, they love Richard Comey, man. He cannot stop fighting. Every time he turns around, he's getting a fight, win or lose. They keep putting Richard Comey in there. And that's how you want to be. You want them to continue to call you. You want them to continue to call you like Richard Comey. I'm telling you, just when you think Richard Comey is out and he loses the fight, man, they give him the ring. Richard, you good? Yeah, we have another one. We're sending it over right now. Man, this man gets the motherfucking calls, bro. That's what you want in boxing. He gets the calls. Well, I'm not going to waste your time. It's not that many names at super lightweight for us to get excited about. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's just not much. Yeah, Gary Antoine need an opponent. No doubt. I appreciate you pulling up there, Toby. I got to dip for a minute, but I'll be back in a little while. Peace out. Salute to you, bro. But that's where we at with it, bro. I'm not going to lie. That's where we at. There go the link in the chat if anybody have any, words of wisdom for the fight card this weekend or anything I just mentioned during this live. I give you about 2 mics. Sound nice. If nobody clicked the link, then it is what it is to this evening. But it's Friday. Be blessed. Salute to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Hope everyone is doing great. I really do. I hope all y'all doing great out there. Oh shit, we just had the weigh in 174. Yeah. Yeah, they had the weigh in. I said at the earlier the telecast, I said that both of them made weight. So we got fight week we got fight day tomorrow. It's a lot of people that saying Beterbiev is gonna run through Yard. I'm going with Yard, man. I'm going with Yardy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going with Yardy, Shouty. Let me put my Yardy shot up there, man. People say it's Yard. But let me put it up there. I posted up on IG before, but let me put my Yard shot up there. That's my shot with Anthony Yard, who potentially I'm hoping he becomes the light heavyweight unified champion tomorrow night. It's gonna be a tall task, goddammit. But I'm just wishing. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing in the building on deck with it. What's good, Blunts?
Yeah. What's the deal? Salute, OG. What's going on with you, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. How you and the fam doing?
They doing real well.
No
Just
doubt.
overcame a little sickness. King was in he was in the ER for a few days. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of not a few days, for a day, but little stomach virus or something was going on. Something going around. The dog threw up. I threw up. The baby threw up. I ain't know what was going on.
Yeah, them viruses, man, doing this weather. You know how it is.
Yeah, for sure. But everybody bounced back. Everybody, back to 100. So it's all good. Can't complain, man. Excited for this weekend. See the weigh-in just finished.
Yeah.
Weigh-in just finished. I see the picture that you just posted up there with Yard, man. And I don't know. I think Yard's got a shot. But I honestly, if I see anything, I think I see Yard just going the distance, man. I think the distance would shock everybody. Especially those who are betting on the fight like myself. So definitely had to throw a couple dollars on the decision for Artur Beterbiev with Yard going the distance.
What?
I mean,
wow.
Yeah.
You the first person I heard say that, man. They act like Beterbiev is just gonna stomp this dude out. It's over.
Yeah, and that's crazy to me. That's crazy, but I could see it, but I can't see it happening before 6. I really can't see it happening before 6. So either I see two shockers coming. Either it's super fast, or Yard survives a lot longer than people think he will. Which, I think it's not going to be too many inside exchanges. Apparently, Beterbiev has this little shuffle step he does where he can be caught with punches coming in. I don't know how big this ring is going to be for these guys. I know we spoke about ring size earlier with Caleb and Benavidez. I don't know how big this ring going to be, but if it's anything the size of what Caleb's requesting, I think Yard might have a little bit of a chance. But then again, we get down to his gas tank, and I don't know. It's been a minute since either fighter's going the distance. So maybe. That's why I see a knockout. If there is a knockout, it comes in the later rounds when Yard gasses and it eventually becomes a lot less mobile, and therefore that inside work and those inside punches start to land kind of vicious for Artur. So
okay.
That's what I'm thinking, man. But I wish Yard all the best, man. Good luck to him, I do know the support is real this way coming from combat, you know what I mean? So good luck to Yard, and it's going to be a great fight. Speaking of Floyd, I was going to say, you touched on Floyd Schofield earlier. It's crazy you brought him up because, I was looking at, when I was, trying to decide what I was going to bet for this Beterbiev joint, I noticed that he was on there, and I had to see. I went up, like, oh shit, he's fighting this weekend. So I went and I looked, and then I saw the Alexis Roja thing, and I'm like, all right, bet. So yeah, he's gonna be on there. I definitely think that fight is gonna be very interesting. It's a 10-round bout with Mercado, who fought Chris Colbert, and went the distance with Colbert, and dude also went the distance with Shaqy Foster. He lost both fights, but and who else? Maybe somebody else too. I'm forgetting.
Chris Colbert, Shaqy Foster. I know it was a Martinez that was in there. that he went the distance with. But let me look him up right quick.
Yeah, so just
Yeah,
speaking to
man.
him, yeah,
Yeah.
speaking to Floyd, it's like, yeah, Floyd's getting ready. I mean, I'm curious to see what he's going to do. I personally, when it comes down to what I put my money on, I put my money on Floyd as far as the knockout. I do got a straight money line bet with Floyd winning, period. On a parlay with
Lamont
Artur.
Roach. Lamont Roach.
Lamont
He went to
Roach, yeah,
distance with
yeah.
Lamont Roach.
So it's gonna be,
yeah.
Floyd can get him out of there. That's gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? I do know the Chris Colbert fight was like 8 rounds or something like that. So Floyd does have a couple extra rounds to get his work in. But I think dude's a little bit. I'm just curious to see it, man. I mean, it's kind of same thing with Brian Norman almost. Brian Norman was having his debut, but he fought somebody who had losses but had never been knocked out. And you got a dude Brian's a dude who knocks people the fuck out. And you got Floyd, he's got 10 KOs. And again, getting ready to fight somebody who's never been knocked out. He has losses, so I guess it's, can Floyd get this dude out of here? Can he do something that hasn't been done by other top prospects?
And he's only 20 years old too, man.
Yeah. So
I'm banging on Floyd too, dog.
Definitely to walk away with the win, but I think it'll be I think he has plenty of time. I think he can, it's a possibility he can knock him out. I think 10 rounds, plenty of time to get your work in. So hopefully we see something spectacular from Floyd.
Yeah, 10 rounds is plenty of time. You can't get it done in 10 rounds, man. It's a lot of hype behind this guy, Kid Austin. It's a lot of hype behind him. Like, he looked the part. He looked in tremendous shape. He ain't small for the division. I'm surprised how he's still making 135. He got skills. Let's see him go ahead and stop this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it looks more impressive than just going the distance. And he only 12-0 too. So this is not a big name for him to just go to the next level. But if he does go in there and stop this dude, it'll look way better than if he's, a 17-4 dude that he go the distance with him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He want to separate himself from all the other fighters. There's big names on there. But this guy's never been stopped before, too. So we have to look at it that way. He ain't never been stopped.
Right. So, but if you look at Mercado's record, I noticed that before he had fought in he's been out for like 3 years before he had fought in 2022. So his last fight had been in 20. Okay.
He was out December 2019.
And got back in
December 2019 and came back December 2022.
So what? Ain't that 3? 1922? 3 on the nose, damn near 3, damn near exactly 3.
No, I'm just lightening up the spot, bro. See if you on your shit there, Blunts. It's been a minute since you've been on the panel, dog.
Man, yeah, this dude.
I know you be lighting up for the weekend and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was just lighting it up a little bit, man.
Yeah, this dude, man, he I don't know, man. That's one thing I'm hoping on too. When I put the bet on Floyd to get the knockout, it was like maybe this dude would be a little rusty. He came back.
He got a knockout after those 3 years, though, bro. He came back like around 2 stoppage on a 9-10 guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man?
Dude had a little bit of experience losing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dude had experience losing. But that's the way boxing is. You got some dudes out here that's in it for a check. 3,000 here, 8,000 here, 2,000 here. That's what it's about, man. Yeah.
Yeah, as far as Caleb and Benavidez, man, I feel like, especially after hearing about the petty demands, that maybe Caleb is trying to have as much control as he can before he loses all control inside of the ring. And there's only going to be one man in there with the control. And, it's good. Like, I think it's going to work the first 7 to 8 rounds for Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 9, 10, shit's going to start getting real. By 11 to 12, it's going to be like, damn, hope you can make it up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like, and I'm following Benavidez on Instagram, man. I really feel like just, all this, watching this camp work, all the talking he's doing. I feel like this is definitely one of those ones where the beef is for real. This is like the real deal.
Yeah, the beef is for real.
The beef is
beef is
for
for
real.
real.
Like, and I wonder if Caleb is coming in with that type of, this kid really wants to fuck me up. Like it, not just making a point or showing that, you can hang, but I mean, Boo Boo was just on the Last Stand, and Boo Boo was like, "Man, I heard David Benavidez is a big boy, so maybe he want to tune up before he fight David Benavidez." I mean, somebody like Boo Boo, I don't know. Boo Boo even is I guess cautious of Benavidez and what he could do, and I wonder if Caleb is just coming in with that type of, with that sense of
I just
awareness,
want him to
like,
make
man, he
weight
really
first
wants
of
to hurt
all.
me.
Above all else, I just want Benavidez to make weight.
Man, I think he will.
I just want him to make weight, dog, because I don't want him not to make weight and Caleb Plant just calls off the fight, walk away. Nah,
I think
you know,
against David, he came in like a pound or two under than he had to. David, I mean,
yeah.
yeah, against David Lemieux, he came in. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I think, especially seeing his training pictures, you know what I'm saying? He got his shirt off. He ain't flabby. He actually, you can see his abdominal wall and shit.
Yeah.
Normally, he looks a little flat and,
Mm-hmm.
and soft,
Like
but
pudgy, yeah.
yeah. But now he's looking, I don't know. He looks like he's ready, man. He looks like he knows this the fight of his life. When after this one, I think he should get the shot with Canelo.
He should, man. If Canelo don't vacate, he should get the shot. I'm just wondering what all those stipulations gonna look like. They think Caleb Plant. Look, they think Caleb Plant over here making all these petty demands. Let's see what happens. Let's take one step at a time. I don't want to damn prognosticate anything going on with Canelo. Right. I just want to see the results from freaking Plant Benavidez. See who gets the victory. Um, I'm torn at this. I feel deep down inside, I want to see Benavidez get his shot. I do, because
Sure.
Caleb got his shot at Canelo, and it seems like he wanted to have a conversation rather than just try to make it out of the fight with a win. I don't know. It's tough, man.
Did you see the news that Bob Arum said if Bivol takes the rematch with Canelo, then Beterbiev won't fight Bivol until 2024?
I mean, that's obvious, though.
Yeah.
How else is he gonna fight him?
Yeah, for sure. You would think, Canelo like September and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That fight will go on then.
No, they're gonna bless Canelo with whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people, like I said the other night, what should he take? Should he take the 168 pound just to prove and just to appease Canelo, who lost bad? Or should he just stick in his division? Well, obviously, we already know the one common denominator that's going to sway him, and that is what? Money.
Yeah, well, Bob said I think Bivol was looking first to fight Canelo Alvarez, a much bigger financial fight for him. So,
Yep.
is that Bob basically saying like Bob knows you get more money fighting Canelo than you would fighting Beterbiev, even
Oh,
if it was for
absolutely.
undisputed?
That's the triple OG. But yeah, he gonna get more money, bro. Bivol's
Oh,
gonna get more money. Did you see Bivol when he was in the crowd? He was walking out and people were swarming him, taking pictures like he was Ali.
Yeah, but it was so many people after that fight that was like, man, we don't want to see the rematch. So
I'm talking about
how?
the people in the auditorium. That they were
Right.
swarming Bivol, dog. Like,
But it's like when you think about, all right, you putting on another one and you want people to buy this pay-per-view. It's like so many people already said they don't want to see it. I guess the only interesting thing that would make people want to see it is it happening at 68 for undisputed. But then again,
yeah,
who's gonna see Bivol remain at 68 to fight everybody else that's left on the table at 68 who wants their shot at undisputed? What is he gonna win undisputed, then leave it alone, go back to 75 and fight for
correct,
undisputed again?
and that's what should happen. He should, if he win undisputed 68, vacate the titles so it can open the doors for other people to get titles, even the 160-pound division. Maul Charlo, freaking if Triple G, whoever, and also it opens up the doors for Demetrius Andrade, who's looking for a third division. I mean, it's plenty of shit that can happen. Then we talk about 54, we talk about 47. Everything opens up, man.
So look, say Bivol beats Canelo in the 68 undisputed rematch. Does Canelo retire? I feel like that's it. I feel like, bro. I feel like why not bow out? What you gonna do? Go campaign at 75, get back in the mix at 68. Like,
See, the incredible part about that, Blunts, is that Canelo has enough money to get the fuck on. All right, he has enough money. Whether he wants to or not, I don't know. But Canelo's paid. Now for Bivol, if he's able to go out there and get the undisputed titles and then turn around and fight Beterbiev, man, he's becoming a two-weight undisputed because I don't think Beterbiev can beat Bivol. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
He can cement his legacy. Wow. He can do some incredible shit. He can be the first man ever to defeat Canelo Alvarez twice and for the undisputed titles at super middleweight, and
But
then
see,
go up here and pick up the undisputed titles at light heavy.
that's
That'd be crazy.
that would be so crazy. That's why I don't think Bivol wins the 68 rematch. That's the exact reason why I don't think Bivol will win a rematch with Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds. For that very
Why,
reason.
do the politics or what?
All that. I mean, shit. Like I said, what if he wins? He gets all the. What is Canelo going to do? Like, I can't see Canelo retiring right now. You know what I'm saying? I can't, like, especially after you still 33 years old. You just come off a hand surgery, so you probably feeling a little better and shit. You know, you come. I just can't see. I can't see him retiring. But then again, I can't see him winning the 68 rematch, staying undisputed, and then really taking on everybody at 68 either. I feel like it's just more of a reason for him to say, all right, I'll move up and campaign at 75, continue to try to move around and do something at 75. They just asked Beterbiev about Canelo Alvarez, but Beterbiev was like, "No, I don't get into that. I got to focus on yard. I'm one guy at a time."
Who you think has more miles on him?
And
Canelo, right? Canelo, it ain't no, it's hands down.
Yeah, I mean,
Canelo has more miles.
Yeah,
but they both 32 years old, bro. But Canelo has
Black
more
belt,
miles
Ben.
on him.
Man, I can't see it, bro. I can't see it, Ben. He ain't stop him at 75, man. He didn't stop him at 75. I can't see it, man.
Oh, I don't
see
know
the weight
about
really
that. I
being
don't
a
know if he's
factor.
stopping him.
And isn't Canelo? I just want to say, isn't Canelo like a rehydration clause type of dude? Don't he slap them on people?
Yeah, he does, but we don't know if he's going to be able to do that with a fighter like Bivol, because right now Canelo needs Bivol too. The reason why he won, he needed for redemption. Canelo wants to go out on his high horse, man. Canelo wants to go out with his prestige and his honor. He wants to rematch Bivol to get that back. He wasn't able to do it with Floyd. Floyd wouldn't give him the opportunity. He has a chance to do it with Bivol.
Man,
I know it's sitting bad. I know it's sitting bad with him that he got his ass beat the way it did, and they try to rob Bivol. You know what I'm saying? They try to rob him with the early rounds, man.
I'm saying, so then that just goes to show, man, he could take it to the cards against Bivol. Go back, give gifted the first 4 rounds, and then perform exceptionally well for the remainder of the fight, and have a decision or draw with Bivol. What's that like? What is that going to do, man? I don't know.
I don't see a draw with Bivol. I don't. Shout out to Black Belt Ben for the comment. I don't see him going the distance with anything, but only thing I can say is if they try to rob him in the first fight, Bivol's definitely gonna have to make a even better statement in the rematch. And he can't come out there looking extremely different than he did in the first fight. Just like we seen Alexander Povetkin and Dylan White. Alexander Povetkin, he got dropped twice and he came back with the knockout, right? But when he came for the rematch, the dude looked like trash, like he was on some freaking some damn Benadryl. Dude can barely stand up. You know, if Bivol comes in here and he looks absolutely terrible, and he's just in the high shell taking punches from Canelo, now you know he just accepted the check, man. He don't seem like that guy. But him and Canelo is the same age, though. Bivol's 32, Canelo's 32. They the same fucking age. But Canelo has more tread on him. I mean, he has more miles on him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see.
And then when it comes to stopping Canelo, I don't even know if the referee would allow that to happen. I think the referee would break them for no reason and then tell Canelo, mouthpiece, spit mouthpiece, spit his mouthpiece out. Oh, time. Get the mouthpiece up there. You know, I don't even think the referee would allow Canelo unless he gets straight flatline. I don't see Bivol just landing punches on Canelo, and it should be like a referee stoppage. I don't think it's gonna happen. I just think he'll stop it. You know, take some time, whatever, give him a count. I don't see that happen. That seems damn near impossible for me. For Bivol to get that. I don't think Bivol was trying to stop him, but if you look at his confidence, the second half of that fight, yeah, you look at his confidence then, and you look at his confidence with Gilberto Ramirez. Yeah. Jeez, man. God damn. He's one of my top fighters, man. Top 3.
For sure.
I just wish he was at a lower weight class, though.
Bivol?
He was, yeah, Bivol. He'll shake some shit up. I just wish he was at a smaller weight class, man.
I don't know, man. He looks like a good fit for 75. I want to see that 75 undisputed. I'd like to see it in 2023. I'd like to see Bivol say, no rematch to Canelo. I don't need you. I'd rather make undisputed at 75 and, move forward.
I agree.
Let Canelo go handle his shit at 68 like he need to. You can't keep avoiding that. You got all, come on, man.
Yeah, handle that Benavidez action. You getting John Ryder. You getting what is so-called, quote, a soft touch or whatever. You got John Ryder on the return. So next after that, you should be waiting on freaking the winner of Plant Benavidez, period.
And I think if let's just say it doesn't. Let's just say that doesn't happen.
It already happened. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Canelo would get the rematch with Bivol, and they would probably give Boo Boo to the winner of Benavidez and Plant.
It's possible. His name is definitely out there. You know what I'm saying? Definitely out there. Andre's name is definitely in there. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Benavidez don't want no Andre fight. Andre's name is not ringing. You don't hear the cup shaking with change when it's Andrade fight, man. It's nobody's talking about him fighting Benavidez. No, nobody's doing it. Benavidez don't want to fight no Demetrius Andrade next. If he wins, he want to fight Canelo Alvarez, man.
But shit, it's one of them things where if Canelo ain't on the table, what you gonna do? You're not gonna just not fight Boo Boo if they offer you Boo Boo, right?
So they fighting in March. Canelo's supposed to be returning and fighting what date? When Canelo fighting? Shit. Canelo's fighting around that same May or something.
Mayo, is it?
Is it? I think he might be fighting in May. He loved fighting around that time. I'm not sure.
Showdown in May after Hetty. Yeah. Hopefully Canelo Alvarez showdown in May.
So you got March, you got 2 months after that, May, and then at the end of the year, that's perfect timing for the winner of Caleb Plant Benavidez to fight Canelo, bro. No Demetrius Andrade in that shit.
Absolutely. And then right after this Beterbiev and Yard, they can get on. Well, I don't know. We have to wait, I guess. But I would think Bivol and Beterbiev can get on making undisputed once they figure out what Canelo wants to do after Ryder. So we probably won't know till May.
Look, could you imagine this, Blunts? Could you imagine that Beterbiev gets the shot at Bivol, right? He gets the shot at Bivol for undisputed. They go ahead and make that fight. And then after, just say Bivol wins that undisputed. He's undisputed. Now you get undisputed versus undisputed. You rarely see that happen. You get undisputed Bivol versus then Canelo Alvarez. Two undisputed fighters, bro.
Could they each put, You can't do that, right? It would have to be at either one's weight for either one's belts. They couldn't both put all it. Like if you beat me, you get all the 75s, and if I beat you, I get all the 68s and keep the 75s. They can't do that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know, bro.
That would be insane.
That would be insane. And the money, the money. When you want to talk about avenues of approach, if Bivol was to just become undisputed 75 and him and Canelo fought, 2 undisputed fighters fighting each other now in 2 different weight classes. That's pay-per-view, dog.
That's crazy, man. I didn't even consider that. I didn't even consider that in no way, shape, or form.
So now if you hear that shit out there on the YTC streets and they don't want to give nobody credit, like they ain't give me credit for the Crawford shit. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that already, bro. I heard that at Combat shit. Combat said that already, man. That could have been
that shit would be amazing, man. Has we ever seen some shit like that before? Have we ever seen that though? Because it's close. Just think how close it is, man. Like Canelo's already undisputed, but Turbiev has the belts, the 3 belts already. Man, let's just say Bivol go ahead, link that up. If Turbiev is healthy after tomorrow, he don't have to be suspended for a while or whatever. Bivol goes in there and defeat Turbiev, and then Bivol versus Canelo. Man, that'll be sent. Oh my god, that'd be insane, bro. That would be fucking insane.
Yeah, and
I bet they have the money to make that fight.
Yeah, that's Matchroom. They're gonna put that right in the Middle East.
Yep,
right in the Middle East, man. Come on. Yeah, that's crazy.
That shit gonna be wicked. If anything like that in boxing, sometimes I don't think boxing want anything to play out like that. I don't know, but they willing to try to make this fight without the fucking titles. Without Bivol having the unification, undisputed. What if he does get undisputed? I mean, the fight would be even better. 2 undisputed fighters, 2 different weight classes, man. Let's make it happen.
Any thoughts on you know what I'm saying? So I said all I had to say before I get up out of here. Any thoughts on Jake Paul and Tommy Fury joint in Saudi Arabia? Just think about that.
The one I guess the one point of interest would be his last name. You know what I'm saying? Fury. Yeah. But there's nothing else after that even close because, I don't know if the DNA runs deep. But, people who haven't really been up here touting Tommy Fury is the next, But people have been waiting for Jake Paul to fight a boxer. And now he gets a boxer. And you wonder if he's coming in there with the orders or he's coming in there to upset, quote unquote, air quotes, Jake Paul.
What do you think, not pertaining to this card, what do you think about Makabu defending his WBC Cruiserweight World title versus Badou Jack on the undercard of Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury?
I like it, man, because Badou is one of those guys who he's been in the big moments and shit. I don't mind that because Badou Jack is not one of those names that people are just looking for. Him facing Makabu is good. I mean, 2 simple fighters. Badou Jack moving up the cruiserweight, good. Great job. You know what I'm saying? Because he put all that work in against Jean Pascal and they gave it to Pascal. He ended up popping 30. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that shit's crazy, bro. Like, I want the man to have his shine. I do. I want Badou Jack to have his shine, but ain't nobody looking for him, man. He's a nice dude, too. I hope he go in there and beat Makabu, and get that belt at cruiserweight.
So with Jake Paul fighting around that weight of cruiserweight, do you think we might see a possible Jake Paul ranked fighting for cruiserweight belt?
Link it up. There you go. There you go.
Could that be
there? You go. Horizon? Oh, absolutely! They trying to make that shit happen. Did you hear what Mauricio Suleiman has said earlier that they was going to try to put Jake Paul in the rankings?
I thought I heard something about that. I wasn't too sure, but if this is that, then this is crazy.
Now your compass is on point now. Just imagine that shit now. Just imagine what they
Yo,
lining up now. They're gonna
Jake
make
Paul
Jake
is your
Paul a
cruiserweight
world
champ.
champion, dog.
Oh shit, man.
They're gonna make Jake Paul a world champion, bro. A YouTuber becoming world champion just simply off. Okay, he goes in there and defeat Tommy Fury,
Man.
and they let him fight for the WBC title, dog.
Or shit, some kind of interim belt, title eliminator, next fight, something.
Now,
You
I
know what I'm
think if
saying?
they give Jake Paul the opportunity, I think it's gonna be for a super title. I don't think they're gonna give him no interim
That would
shot.
be insane.
I mean, I like what he's doing now. I mean, he's a part of PFL too as an influencer. You know what I'm saying? He's getting into his MMA game. I used to call them the Goofball brothers, I'll admit. But MVP Promotions, you know, him signing, him being an influencer in boxing, they doing big things, dog.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta
What you think
respect.
about KSI? What do you think about him?
I think the whole Misfits operation is good and bad for boxing. And I say good because I heard something somewhere about how, you know, a lot of young kids are getting into the sport because of what they seeing from these guys. But in some like in some ways it looks like a misrepresentation. Like you could just play around or you could do just enough to get you in there and look decent.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of real fighters say you can't play boxing. I think again, I think it's almost like the WWE of boxing damn near. Like it's you know, they got the little midget dude that was tripping out.
He
Just
said
I
the
don't
little midget dude.
small person, you know, no disrespect or offense to anybody. I don't know, you know what I mean, but just
That was tripping
it's
out. What you mean? Just going, like just trying to
like
get
he was.
attention.
I don't know if he was a fighter or what he was, but just parading him around and doing all that comical hoorah. I'm not for all that. I don't know. It's good for the kids to get them in the sport, but at the same time, like they say, you can't play boxing, man. It's not a joke. It's not a game. If they finna start making up belts and doing, I don't know what they doing, man. KSI, I don't know what that is. I don't know none of that shit impresses me. I don't. Man, I would never pay for it. Like I'm not into that misfit shit. But the kids, if the kids love it, then let them have it. Shit.
The
But that ain't
Misfit
real boxing.
is part of the new era of entertainment, man. Like I'm not gonna be mad at him anymore because when Jake Paul came on the scene, I'm talking to all these boxers because I didn't think it was cool. They didn't have a problem with it, so I'm like, fuck it, watch them grow. If they want to take over the entertainment people business aspect of it and boxing allowing them to eat, once again, that just goes to show you what boxing is at right now. They willing to let anybody who has a following or a push or have a connection or a vehicle come into the sport and make money on networks. You know what I'm saying? On these networks. You can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see Jake Paul go over there and knock out Tommy Fury like he did Tyron Woodley. I don't want to see that shit. That shit was fake to me.
Yeah. I agree. I think I hope Tommy puts them paws on him. I can't lie, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, man. I ain't mad at him. I mean, do what you got to do.
For sure. Absolutely. But hey, look, Combat, somebody calling me. I gotta I guess go open up a lock for somebody. Somebody
All
locked
right.
out a storm.
No
Appreciate
doubt,
you having
man.
me on. Salute to you, OG.
Yeah, for
Take it
sure.
easy.
Take it easy, Blunts. Handle your business, bro. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing on deck, man. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to you. Enjoy your weekend. To everyone else that dropped through. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. Call sign Kilroy. I'm out.